Tonight, a win for Democrats in the battle for the U.S. House. A Republican in a closely watched SoCal race has just conceded, but it's still not looking good for Democrats tonight. CBS News is projecting House control leans Republican. And KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade has an update on the California contest that could make up the balance of power.
Yeah, and Pat, you kind of spelled it out there, though. I mean, while this was a really big victory, sort of symbolically in a lot of ways for Democrats, as you said, the House still leans Republican in terms of control. So this flip is one of the few bright spots for Democrats in what was a miserable election for the party. Incumbent Republican Mike Garcia conceded the race in the 27th district of LA County tonight to Democrat George Whitesides. But even with the pickup, it appears the GOP is poised to retain its House majority.
It is lean Republican.
CBS News Executive Director of Elections Anthony Salvanto explaining why Republicans appear likely to hold their majority in the U.S. House of Representatives.
This is really going to play out, I think, in California. This is what we're watching, and there's a reason for that contextually. One is that California ballots need to be postmarked by Election Day, so there's many of them still coming in. The second is that the way that California draws its district lines leaves it with a lot of competitive districts.
One of those competitive districts is the 27th, encompassing parts of the San Fernando Valley and northern LA County. Incumbent Republican Mike Garcia has now conceded that race to Democrat George Whitesides, who leads by about 7,000 votes. But the win tonight might not be enough to take the majority.
Certainly, they had a host of other seats that they wanted to be in play in, and perhaps that still could be the case, but as of right now, it looks like Republicans are leading in many of those competitive seats.
In Orange County, incumbent Republican Michelle Steele narrowly leads Democrat Derek Tran by about 4,000 votes. In the Inland Empire, longtime incumbent Republican Ken Calvert is ahead by almost 8,000 votes against Democrat Will Rollins, who is making his second run at unseating Calvert.
He is a long-term incumbent, and when we talk about incumbency advantage, he might be the definition of it. He has been in office for more than 30 years, representing many of those communities.
Orange County Congresswoman Katie Porter's seat is also up for grabs. Democrat Dave Min holds a slim lead against Republican Scott Baugh by about 3,000 votes. Overall, the 2024 election was a disaster for Democrats. The question becomes, what happens in 2026?
The real test is going to be the midterm. Typically, the party holding the presidency suffers losses in the midterm election, and that was definitely true with Trump in 2018. And if that pattern holds, then maybe what we're seeing is simply a reaction to the incumbent administration and the general malaise of the general public. But if the Republicans do well in the next midterm election, that'll be a sign that something serious is going on in the long term.
Remember, there are thousands of ballots still coming in LA County alone. The estimate of outstanding ballots is just over 187,000. So there's a lot of votes yet to be counted, Pat.
We said that election night.
I know, just because, and it's not that we're slow here. It's just that people mail in their ballots on Election Day.
And the process
yeah,
allows for it to happen.
Yes.
Okay. Exactly. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Pat.